Alright, hey guys, I'm just going to be doing a neutral, basic, just like an everyday look, using a lot of nudes, more on the brown side. I'm going to use like a soft matte as my lid and kind of glam it up a little bit here with a shimmer, just for those that prefer shimmer versus matte. So today I'm going to use majority of the Jaclyn Hill palette and just a little bit of a mixture of different brands. So I'm going to start off, my skin is bare. I didn't put any moisturizer on it. I have more normal to oily skin, so if I put a heavy moisturizer on it in the morning before my makeup, usually gets a little too greasy for me and I don't really like that. So something that works for me and kind of just hydrates me enough but not too much is MAC Fix Plus, if you can see it. This spray is in Rose, which is my favorite scent. I like the coconut one too. I'm not the big fan of lavender, never have, but this is like one of my favorites. I'm just going to do a selfie distance away and just spray away. And then I kind of like to massage this in, kind of like tap it in, you know, just make sure it's soaking. Okay, so we've got that. Start off with my eyebrows and eyes first. I'm going to use Anastasia's Pomade Dipbrow in dark brown, if you can see that. And I'm going to be using the Morphe M207 brush. It's just a little angled brush like that, if you can tell. It's really precise. I don't have a problem with it fanning out. That's why I prefer to use this brush. I'm going to have a video that kind of shows how to do my basic everyday eyebrow, but for this video I'm going to kind of speed it through. I'm not going to be very detailed with it. I will show you step by step, but I will post a video soon. I'm going to grab a little bit more product and go ahead and finish in that tail and the top part of my eyebrow. Okay, so now I'm going to just go ahead and fill in this eyebrow really quick. Okay, so I've got my eyebrows going on. I'm going to go ahead and conceal them. This is a part, like I like to tell people, you can be really messy with your eyebrows. You definitely want to be better at your concealing because you can be crazy with this. But the concealer is really going to define the shape a little bit more, kind of match these two together because I just kind of freehanded these. So this is where you'll need more practice at. But it's really not even that hard. Concealer, I'm going to be using Anastasia's here. I don't know if they have this one anymore. I haven't seen it at Sephora. I did get this on sale and I was pretty pleased with it. If they do have it, I would recommend it. It is pretty thick and that's kind of what I like out of a concealer for just my brows. And this is in 1.0. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this little rectangular concealer brush. It's one of my favorites for my eyebrows here. It really helps define the line, kind of make it more smooth and straight, which is what you're needing. This is a Morphe M432, if it'll focus for you. Come on. There we go, perfect. So Just gonna dip in here. You need the smallest amount for this. And I'm gonna start kind of on the outside to middle and just clean up. So I've lined both there. I'm gonna go in with the same brush, and I'm just gonna tug at the concealer to blend it outward. Just gonna tap that in as much as I can. There we go. So I feel like they're pretty even on the bottom. I'm gonna go in again with some more concealer and kind of do more towards the outside here and kind of the middle area, but I don't want to chop this off, which I see a lot of women doing. Don't chop that off. We've blended this out with just using the leftover product and spiking it upward. So we're gonna clean. Okay, so I can kind of see a little bit of a difference between the two. I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my brush and just fix up that difference that I see, which would be the length of this tail and a little bit in the arch. So there's that. And you could do this same thing, the concealer, with any brow pencil that you use, any brow powder. It doesn't have to be just with a gel. You can even use it on your natural eye if you'd wanted to. If you have deep, dark, thick hairs, you can just conceal it to where it just shows that shape and you're good to go. So, got the eyebrows done. We're gonna just jump into the eyes. This Anastasia concealer is just a little bit too oily for me whenever I apply it all over my lids, so I'm not going to use this. I wish I would, but it just doesn't work for me. It works for my eyebrows though. So I'm going to go ahead with Tape Shape Concealer from Tarte. I said that wrong. It's not Tape Shape, it's Shape Tape. I always do that. So I'm just going to use a swipe on each eye. And use this raggedy old beauty blender. Well, I guess this is the Real Techniques blender. So the first concealer that I had used was a little bit lighter than my skin color, which is what I like. And this one here is a little bit more of a skin tone. You could definitely go lighter if you'd wanted to. I just didn't grab the lightest concealer, but that was definitely an option. I do like to use the lighter one up here to kind of give it more of a pop though. Now I'm going to go in with this Real Techniques eyeshadow blending brush. It's really fluffy. It's one of my favorite blending brushes. Just makes it really effortlessly blended and no harsh lines. I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill palette today. And I'm going to just go in with kind of like a skin tone nudish. let's just go in with this one here that I have my finger on. I'm going to use a generous amount. I'm going to start off with this eye here. And I'm going to go back and forth in motions. You'll see me kind of circling around. You'll see me go back and forth. You'll see me tapping. I like to tap on the lid when I first start, just to kind of pack on the color, and then I'll blend outward because we want this to be the most blended. I'll even extend it towards the tail there. You don't have to focus too much in here, but you do want it more out here, kind of more in this upper part. Both of these eyes are done now with my transition shade, and that shade that I had used for the transition was called Faint from the Jaclyn Hill palette. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a smaller brush here. This is still a Morphe brush. So I believe this brush is an R33. It came in my Morphe box. You can see that it has a rose gold barrel, and I think that's why it has the R. But this is an R33, just a little bit smaller, more of a tapered kind of blending brush. So I'm going to go in with something a little bit deeper than this to kind of give that neutral, like, brown look. We're going to go in with this here, and this shade is called Mocha. I have a small crease, and I have hooded eyes, but we're going to focus right here at the end. Okay, so I kind of am dabbing this here. For me, I'm used to more deeper colors, so something like this is a little bit light for me. So I'm just gonna keep packing on until I am happy with the brown shade. You don't get intense color with these. I feel like you have to build them up, which is fine. For those that like more of a softer brown, you can definitely just use a couple. Me, I like a lot of dark colors. I prefer black, so I'm gonna add a couple more layers just to deepen it up the way I want it. And I'm going to extend out this way. Kind of making like that V shape, you see? We don't want to come too far up. You do want the two shades that we applied to blend, but you do want to have the deeper colors further down around your crease and not so much up there. We're going to go in with that same brush for our transition. Pick up that transition color again. And we're just going to lightly dust over these to kind of melt them together. I just want to make sure my blending looks smooth. I think that is built up a little bit heavier to the way I would like it. So I'm just going to blend these two out again. I'm pretty happy with this eye. We're going to move over here. I like to go upward a little bit. My crease is down here, and so whenever I do this, it kind of brings the color up, yes, but it'll kind of create a new crease for me, or kind of hide the crease that I currently have. So it gives an illusion that I have more of a lid space and less of a hooded eye. So we've got that blended pretty nicely. I'm going to go back in with that blending again. Okay, so both of these match here. I'm gonna go in with Painterly. And so this is a beautiful like nude pink. It's like a pale pink color. So I'm gonna just dip in there just a little bit. I'm gonna apply onto my lids. And the best way when you're using a cream, when doing this, you can kind of roll your eyes back and you can see where the cream moves up into your crease. I like to go up to that crease area because then I know if I put a shimmer on it, it's not just gonna move up. We already have it there, so it's gonna stay put, it's gonna be clean and cut. But for this look, we're gonna blend this out a little bit, but still bring it up the length that we need to. So really swipe, roll your eye back, kind of blend this out a little. And I'm gonna add more towards on the bottom to inner, just to make it more thick there, and you can see the contrast between the brown and this pale pink. And I'm gonna use my ring finger, just kind of dab that out so it's nicely faded. There we go. So I feel like those are blended pretty well. I'm gonna go back in with my blending brush that I had used with that deeper brown and kind of circle it around. I picked up no extra products with this. This is whatever's left over from adding before this step. So we're just gonna mix these two lightly. Don't bring it too close here because we still want to keep that fullness and that cream, but we want to blend just where the line meets. There we go. You can even go in with that first blending brush and kind of blend in here so there's no harsh lines. I'm gonna go in with just some plain Neutrogena wipes. You can use these here. I like to wrap around my finger and I like to grab and kind of tug at where I want to create that clean cut. So you don't have to create this clean cut right here, and this is more of a preference. If you don't like to, you can kind of just blend it together, or you can kind of make it rounded. It really just matters on your eye shape. Right now what's trending is this cut, and I really like it for my eyes. I do have smaller eyes in my opinion, so if I can elongate it, it makes me, it just makes it look more open and big. Okay, looks pretty even to me. I'm just gonna clean up underneath my eyes. So this is what we've got going on so far. So I'm gonna go back in and deepen this one a little bit. I can see at the end here that it's not as deep as the other. And then I'm gonna clean cut it. Okay, so now that we're done with the eyes and eyebrows, we can start on our base. I'm going to start with my favorite primer. This is Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing and Oil-Free Primer. It comes in this little purple tube. And I'm just going to blend that. Okay. I like to focus on my nose here because that's where I have the most pores. And I really just like this foundation. I'm normal to oily. I have noticed that if I use something really matte, my skin will dry out a lot. If I use something hydrating, I will get extremely oily, in my opinion. So if I use something that kind of balances or just kind of smooths my pores, I find that at the end of the day, I'm the most happy. So this really works because it doesn't do too much at you know, hydrating me or making me feel matte. So I've got that into my skin. I'm gonna go in with my current foundation. Lately I've been really loving MAC's Prolongwear foundation. This is the original. This is an NC35. So I'm just gonna, comes with a really cute little pump. So I'm just going to pump some onto my blender. And I'm just going to tap this into my skin all throughout until I get a full coverage foundation. So I've gotten to the full coverage that I want. I'm going to go ahead and go in with Tarte Shape Tape in light medium. So I'm just going to do a swipe here, here, my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and my chin. So I have this concealer pretty blended. So far I would say that I have a really nice full coverage right now. So I'm going to go ahead and set everything with this tapered brush right here. This is a Morphe E3. One of my favorites, pretty good size. I'm going to go ahead and some banana powder first. And I'm going to focus on where I've put that concealer because this color is lighter for me. So I want to brighten in those highlighting areas. Then I'm going to use my Studio Fix powder, this here from MAC. This is powder that I use on a regular basis. This is an NC40. I'm just going to kind of apply that on the outsides. This does give me more coverage. Also, it kind of sets everything, just makes me look more matte while still adding a little bit more to it. I like to be really full coverage. So from there, we can go ahead and put some bronzer on. I'm going to go ahead and use this cute little brush from Morphe. It's a Morphe R7. Again, it's a part of the Rose Gold collection. So I'm going to go in with this cooler bronzer. This is Bahama Mama from the Balm Cosmetics. Just really cool. And I'm going to go in with like this E kind of shape right here. So I'm going to focus more on here. This, I really like a dramatic like bronze. I'm actually going to go in with this brush instead. This is still from Morphe. And I'm just going to tap that into the skin. I'm going to bring that at my temple area. So bring that down here. And bring it all the way until you get to the ball of my cheeks. Then I'm going to use some right here to kind of give me more of that jawline. Okay. And then we're going to start over on the other side. I'm pretty contoured on each side there. I'm going to go in here with my nose and kind of contour just to make it a little bit slimmer. So, you know, parallel lines and then this little ball right here. Just to make it a little thinner and shorter. There we go. No, just kidding. So I'm going to go back in with my Studio Fix All Over Face Powder. I'm just gonna blend these two together, these little lines, just so I don't have, I mean, I want to be snatched, but I don't want to be that snatched. Then we're gonna blend this in a little, just so there's no harsh lines. And here too. Ta-da! So then we're going to go in with that Morphe brush, and I'm going to be using MAC's Give Me Sun Bronzer. This is a warmer bronzer. I could use this in the summer, can't use it during the winter. This is a little bit too like orangey red for me right now, but I do like to top it onto that cool bronzer. So we're just going to add a little bit fluff. So we've got that going on. Then I'm going to go in with a Morphe D47. This was like one of my first Morphe brushes. This is a nice blush brush, and we're going to go in with NARS Torrid. This is like this really pretty like red color. There we go. I'm just going to put it at the ball of my cheek. So it's a good hint whenever you just smile and you just put it there and blend outward the ball of your cheeks. You can put as much or as little as you want. Okay, so they're pretty rosy. I'm going to go in with that taper brush again, blend out. I cannot emphasize blending. Like, blend your stuff. So, we've got that going on. Then, I've used a lot of powders today and a lot of liquid. So, we're just going to spray with MAC's Fix Plus again. I like to do this to kind of melt these two together, make it more skin-like. Of course, this is full coverage, so we don't want to look cakey, but we do want to look smooth and we want to look, you know, beat. So I do like to spray it. It kind of melts everything, kind of makes it gray whenever it comes to liquid or powder. You can't tell the difference, so it's my favorite. Plus, we've sprayed it on. We're just going to go in with Processo Pop from Becca and kind of top it off with this highlighter. Since we did spray, it does have something to stick to. So I'm putting it right here at the bridge. I'm not going to put it all the way down, but I did do it at the top of the bridge here and a little bit on my ball of my nose. But a little bit on my cupid's bow. And, well, that's quite a bit on my cheek, but it's okay. So we're going to add that. I am going to add this right here at my highlight. And here underneath. So we've got highlighter going on, but I want to blend this out a little bit. I want to look like I have highlighter, but not so noticeable where it's like, girlfriend, that don't look good. So we're going to mix that out. So now we've got everything done with the eyes, the eyebrows, and base. We're going to go ahead and finish underneath my eyes with this teeny little brush right here. It's a pencil brush. This is from Morphe. This is an M431. Okay, so now we're going to do the underneath of my eyes, kind of to serve as a eyeshadow / liner look to go ahead and fill in here. We're going to use that second color that we used, which was that mocha. So we're just going to dip into that with this pencil brush. And we're going to focus on the outside here, but we're going to blend it out as it fades closer into my eye. You could stop here, or you can deepen it up, which I'm going to use black to deepen it, but I'm not going to bring it in like I did with this brown. I'm going to come in a little bit and stop towards the middle. So I want to show two looks. So we have the soft pink right now on my eyes with the browns. You do have two options. If you like to be more matte and have no shimmer, this is beautiful every day. You could do this at home. Now, if you want to do something a little bit more shimmery, you can. And we're going to use the same palette. And for me, I'm pretty tan, so I'm going to use something more bronzy, like this color here. You can always use something lighter here. You can even be fun with a pop of color if you want to go lighter shades. Like, these are all options that you can use. But I'm going to use this one right here. I am going to use my finger to apply this. So I kind of got a little bit of shimmer up here. I'm just going to clean that up. That's okay. People make mistakes. So I've got that cleaned. If you'd like, you can go in with that brush, kind of blend these two, so you make sure that there's no harsh lines with the shimmer going on to the browns. So to me, this is pretty shimmery and bronzy. I'm going to leave it like this. This is the look that I wanted to go for. So we're going to go in with MAC lashes. These have been worn by me before, so I'm just reusing them. These are number 48. They're kind of long and dramatic, but they're not extremely full. They're more like a wispy look, but they are pretty long and they're beautiful. So I'm going to go in with Duo Glue. And I'm just going to line these real quick. For my eyebrows, I'm going to just top it off with Anastasia's brow gel. And this is an espresso. Use a small amount and just go over these. I'm going to be a little bit more heavy towards the end, but towards the front I'm going to spike it up. There we go. And these really like lay your hairs the way you want it to. I love to do this whenever I have powder all over my face, is kind of just tints them back up, kind of gets away the powder, you know, doesn't make it look too powdery. I'm going to add a little bit more towards the end here. Perfect. So now I'm going to go in with my lashes. So right now I have Max 48 lashes on. You can kind of see a little bit of white line. Those will just dry clear here in a second. So we'll just give it some time. We are going to go back in with Tarte's mascara and just kind of add some underneath of my little lashes. And then from there, we're going to focus on two lips. First, we're going to go in with MAC's Cork. And I'm just going to line, but kind of fill in a little bit too. Okay, so we have those lined with Cork. So then we're gonna go in with Yash from MAC. It's this beautiful like skin tone color. And I'm just gonna fill it in. And with my lip pencil and kind of blend those two. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with Marc Jacobs. This is the gel liner in black. I'm just going to go ahead and line underneath and line the waterline here. So this is Brushblack from MAC. It's just a felt tip eyeliner. I'm going to go ahead and just line my lash line. I'm not going to add any crazy lines, any thick lines. I'm not going to do any wings. Just kind of line them so the band just looks more real. So my eyeliner is a little bit thicker than I had wanted to, but that's okay. You don't have to add eyeliner. You don't have to add anything at all really to deepen it, but I did just to kind of blend in my lash line. And so you can add a wing if you wanted to. It just makes it a little bit more dramatic, but it would be really pretty with this look. So anyways, this is my finished look. This is my everyday soft glam that I love to do. It's really pretty neutrals from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Beautiful nude lip from MAC. You know, so subscribe to my videos. Let me know if there's anything I can do. If you want to see something in my next video, if you have any questions, definitely ask. I will post details below in this video, but help a girl out.